Good morning. Myself Shakila Devi, Assistant Professor in Romney College of Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to discuss the subject CS8602 Compiler Design. In Compiler Design, Unit 1 is Introduction to Compilers. Under Introduction to Compilers unit, today we are going to discuss the topic regular expressions. The outcome is, on successful completion of this module, the student should be able to illustrate the concept of regular expressions. In compiler design, today we are going to discuss about regular expressions. So first we are going to see what is regular expression. The language accepted by finite automata can be easily described by a simple expression called regular expression. It is the most effective way to represent any languages. And then the language accepted by some regular expressions are referred to as regular languages. So what is regular languages? The languages accepted by the regular expressions are referred as regular languages. And the regular expressions can also be described as it's a sequence of patterns that defines a string. We can say a regular expression is described as a sequence of patterns that define a string. And also the regular expressions are used to match the character combinations in strings. The string searching algorithms used in this pattern to search the operations on the string. So this is about the definition of regular expression. So next we are going to see some of the terms in regular expressions. In regular expressions, we have x star. What is the meaning of x bar star? It means that it is 0 or more occurrence of x. That means it starts with empty. Empty, x, xx, xxx. Likewise, we can have any number of x. So this is called a 0 or more occurrence of x. And also in regular expression, we have a term called x power plus. The meaning of this is it's one or more occurrence of x. In the same way, x star has 0 or more occurrence, so we have empty. But here we have one or more occurrence, so you have to ignore the empty and you have to start with x, xx, xxx. Likewise, it continues with the number of x. So this is about what is the difference between x bar star and x plus. Next, we are going to see the operations on regular languages. So the various operations on regular languages are, first one is union. Say if L and M are two regular languages, then the union can be represented as L union M. And we can say L union M is equal to S, where S is in L or S is in N. Either the S value is in L or the S value is in the regular language M. That means it is called as L union M. Next is intersection. If L and M are two regular languages, then their intersection is also referred as L intersection M is equal to ST, where S is in L and T is in M. The S value is in the regular language L and the T value is in the regular language M. That is in E. Then clean closure. If L is a regular language, then its clean closure, that is L power star, will be a regular language. That means L star means we have discussed already, right? The power of star is it is 0 or more occurrence of the language L. And we have one more term with this positive closure, that is L power plus, that is one or more occurrences of the language L. And now we are going to see an example for writing a regular expression. So now we are going to see a problem. Write the regular expression for the language accepting all the combination of A's over the set sigma is equal to A. So it's all the combinations of A. So you have to start it from empty. Empty, A. Likewise, it includes any number of A's. So we can say if it is 0 or more occurrences means automatically we know that it is A power star, which is clean closure. So the answer is R is equal to A star. That is the clean closure of A. Next, we are going to see one more example. That is, write the regular expression for the language accepting all the combination of A's except the null string over the set sigma is equal to A. So it is except the null string. So you are going to ignore the null string and you are going to use all the combinations of A. That means one or more occurrences of A you are going to use. We know that if it is one or more occurrence of A means you have to write it as R is equal to A plus. What is the name of this? The name of this is positive closure. And next we are going to see how we can convert a regular expression to a finite automata. To convert a regular expression to finite automata, mostly we'll use the method called subset method. In this method, first step what you're going to do is, you're going to design the transition diagram for the given regular expression. That is, we are going to create an NFA with epsilon moves. Either by using Thompson construction rule or by using any methods, you can create an NFA with epsilon move for the regular expression. Then after that, the second step, you have to convert the NFA with epsilon to NFA without epsilon. This problem we already discussed in other one video. You can refer that. How we can convert an NFA with epsilon and without epsilon. And final step is, after we are getting an NFA without epsilon, that is converted into an equivalent DFA. So this is how we can convert irregular expressions to finite automata.
We are going to discuss about the tutorial problems in regular expressions. Write the regular definition for the following languages, that is all strings of A's and B's with an even number of A's. So you can, the answer for this is A star into AB star the whole star. And the second question is all the strings of A's and B's with an odd number of B's. So the previous question is even number of A's. Now we are going to set odd number of B's. So the answer for this problem is A star into B within bracket A star B the whole star into A star. And the third question is all the strings of A's and B's that contain at least two B's. Okay, this is just we have at least two B's. So at most we can have any number of B's, at least two B's you should have. Okay, so A by B the whole star into B into A by B the whole star into B into A by B the whole star. Okay, so at least we have two B's here, and then A by B the whole star represents that any number of B's you can have. So at least you can two B's, at most you can have any number of A's and B's. And the fourth question is all the strings of A's and B's that contain at most two B's. That is at most B, two B's. So you can have 0 number of B's or 1 or 2. At most you can have two B's. So it can be represented as A star into epsilon by B into A star, again epsilon by B into A star. So either you can have B or you can have epsilon. And the next question is all the strings of A's and B's that contain just 2 or 3 B's. That is A star into B, A star into B, A star into B star, again A star. And next write the regular definition for the following languages. All the strings of lowercase letters that contain 5 vowels A, E, I, O, U in order. So the string, either the string is a letter or A or letter or E, a letter or I, letter or O, letter or U, the whole star. So the letter may be the remaining alphabets. And the second question is all the strings of lowercase letters in which the letters are in ascending lexicographic order. So the string is A star, B star, C star, etc. up to Z star. And the next question is comments consist of the string surrounded by the multi-line comment without n intervening unless inside the double quotes. So the character is from A to Z, small a to small z, or capital A to capital Z, or 0 to 9. So the comment is from open multiple comment line and to closed multiple comment line. Inside that either it may be a character or a comment line. And the next is all the strings of A's and B's that do not contain the substring ABB. So the answer is B star into A into epsilon by B close two brackets and the whole star. and then all the strings of A's and B's that do not contain the subsequence ABB. So the answer is B star into A star into epsilon by